At first, they may not appear to be worthy of attention. They bear no tasty fruit. They grow on that marshy no man's land bordering sea or river, and to only about 1.5 meters in height. Yet today, these diminutive plants are being increasingly recognized as the unsung heroes of the Earth's many biologically complex ecosystems. Mangroves, as these trees are called, are rich in biodiversity and are veritable cradles of a variety of plant, bird, animal, and marine life. Situated as they are in the intertidal zone of marine coastal environments and estuarine margins, mangroves play a vital role in preventing soil erosion from floods. While the unique aerial root systems provide a highly protective belt against tidal waves and coastal storms. Mangroves are among the oldest of the Earth's trees, originating, it is believed, around 114 million years ago in the Indo-Malaysian area. The first recorded mention of this ancient genus dates back to reports of their sightings around the Red Sea and the Persian Gulf by Nearchus in 325 BC and Theophrastus in 305 BC. They appear again in that comprehensive 1668 treatise on the flora of the Western Ghats, the Hortus Malabaricus by Van Reed, the then governor of the Dutch Malabar region. Today, mangroves dominate approximately 75% of the world's tropical coastline between 25 degrees north and 25 degrees south latitudes. Home to nearly 84 known species varieties, mangroves provide a breeding ground for marine life, including fish species, shrimps, shellfish, and crabs. An estimated 80% of the global fish catch depends directly or indirectly on mangroves. Mangroves are an ideal nursery habitat for young fish. They provide cooler water with higher oxygen content during the early stages of their lives, as also plenty of food through the accumulation of bacteria and mangrove tree detritus, while their dense, swampy thickets and aerial roots provide a safe haven from the predations of larger animals.
The mudbank formation, it is an operation of marine ecosystem. At the same time, mangroves plays a major role in mudbank formation because all the materials of the mangrove ecosystem, shedding of leaves and after decomposition, everything is deposited in the coastal water.
Home to a rich variety of flora and fauna species, mangroves offer ideal nesting grounds for a wide variety of migratory birds. The abundant growth of cyanobacteria in these ecosystems increases the latter's nitrogen content. Mangroves also produce 29 to 75 tons of biomass per hectare. This transforms nutrients on a continuous basis into sources of nitrogen, phosphorus, and other beneficial plant nourishment.
Northern part of Kerala, there is a lot of mangrove resources available, and many species are available of mangroves, like for example the Avicennia officinalis, then Avicennia marina, and then we have Soneraceae alba, Rhizophora mucronata, then Bruguera cylindrica, and then we have the smaller varieties called Acanthus ilicifolius. So these mangroves are able to store carbon, a great quantity of carbon, and not only in its leaves and stems and roots, but also in the sediment. So this actually it reduces the carbon dioxide in the atmosphere, which is a growing concern globally because of the global warming issue, and because of this potential it is very essential to conserve the mangroves.
A 2011 Gujarat Ecology Commission report states that mangroves, through their high carbon sequestration rate of 45 kilograms per acre every day, act as an ideal natural foil against the ever-increasing threat of global warming. Resilient survivors, they are well adapted to their largely hostile coastal environments. For instance, while other plants may perish from the salt water present here, mangroves have not only evolved a unique seawater filtration system, but also one that allows them to extract fresh water from these deposits whenever required. The mangroves' unique aerial root systems absorb high wave energy, thus reducing their impact, especially during cyclones and tidal waves. A good case in point is the 2004 tsunami in the southern Indian state of Tamil Nadu. It was the presence of dense mangroves in coastal areas like Pichavaram and Mudupet that lessened the scale of tidal devastation in those regions. By serving as a natural barrier between land and sea, mangroves protect the earth from coastal erosion, shrinking shorelines, riverbank erosion, tidal bores, seawater seepage, and intrusion. Mangroves serve as natural sewage treatment plants with their inborn ability to metabolize organic waste. They also purify the water that we drink and the air that we breathe. They absorb impurities and harmful heavy metals from water. By sucking up pollutants from the atmosphere, these tiny coastal watchmen provide us with clean, breathable air. They also collect rainwater during the rainy season and release it gradually into the earth. The local communities in coastal Kerala utilize the nutrient-rich mud from the marshy mudflats of mangroves as fertilizer for a better coconut yield. Mangroves are rich in calcium content. This is helpful for milk production. Thus, mangrove leaves are used as cattle feed in rural areas, saving dairy cows from milk fever, a metabolic disease caused by low blood calcium levels. Like mammals and unlike flowering plants, mangroves are viviparous in nature. That is, they produce live young instead of dormant, resting seeds like other plants. These propagules, as they are called, are dispersed through the water around the parent tree or shrub and soon take root elsewhere. Today, mangroves are disappearing 3 to 5 times faster than overall global floral forest species. They represent less than 1% of all tropical forests worldwide. Roughly 50% of the world's mangroves have been wiped out in the last half-century. Once occupying about 700 square kilometers of coastal area in the southernmost Indian state of Kerala, mangroves today cover a mere 17 square kilometers and have been declared a threatened species. Dumping of waste, including plastics and chemicals, is only one of the threats facing the mangrove ecosystem and the species living within it. Yet, all is not lost, for nature's never say die champion. A growing awareness of the crucial role that these trees play in preserving and nurturing a region's ecology has led to efforts by conservationists, institutions, and ordinary nature lovers to work towards the preservation of the world's mangrove wealth. The late Kallen Pokuran was one of the first persons in Kerala to recognize the importance of mangroves and to work towards their preservation. After his death in 2015, at the age of 78, his son P. Raghunathan has continued to uphold and carry forward his father's legacy. Raghunathan today collects, categorizes, and nurtures the saplings of various mangrove species in his nursery for replanting later elsewhere during favorable seasons.
ഈ കണ്ടലിൻ്റെ സീസൺ എന്ന് പറയുന്നത് സീസണ് ഏകദേശം ഒരു ജനുവരി ഫെബ്രുവരി മാസത്തോടെ തുടങ്ങും. അപ്പോൾ ആ സമയത്ത് ഈ വിത്തെല്ലാം മൂത്തിട്ട് കണ്ടലിലേക്ക് പിന്നെ വീണ് കിടക്കും. ഇങ്ങനെ വീണ് കിടക്കുന്ന വിത്ത് തോണിയുമായിട്ട് പോയിട്ട് പിന്നെ ശേഖരിക്കും. തോണിയിൽ ഒരുപാട് സ്ഥലങ്ങളിൽ ഇവിടെ പള്ളിക്കര, താവം ഇങ്ങനെ പല സ്ഥലങ്ങളിലും പോയിട്ട് ഈ കണ്ടലിൻ്റെ വിത്ത് ശേഖരിക്കും. ശേഖരിച്ച് കഴിഞ്ഞതിന് ശേഷം വിത്ത് അടുക്കി കെട്ടിവെക്കും. കെട്ടിയിട്ട് മണ്ണിൽ കുത്തിവെക്കും. മണ്ണിൽ ആദ്യം മണ്ണ് പാകും. ആ മണ്ണ് പാകിയതിന് ശേഷം ഈ വിത്ത് കെട്ടിയിട്ട് വിത്തിൻ്റെ അടിഭാഗം നിലത്ത് മുട്ടത്തക്ക രീതിയിൽ കുത്തി വെക്കും. 100 കെട്ടുകളായിട്ട് കുത്തി വെക്കും. ഇങ്ങനെ കുത്തി വെച്ച് കഴിഞ്ഞാൽ കുറേ കാലത്തേക്ക് ഈ വിത്ത് മോശമാവില്ല. അതിനുശേഷം സ്കൂളിലെ പല കുട്ടികളും വരും, പിന്നെ സാമൂഹ്യ പ്രവർത്തകർ വരും. പല സ്ഥലത്തും ഇത് വെച്ച് പിടിപ്പിക്കണം എന്ന് ആവശ്യപ്പെട്ടുകൊണ്ട് ഇത് വെച്ച് പിടിപ്പിക്കാനുള്ള മാർഗ്ഗനിർദ്ദേശം തരണം. അതുകൊണ്ട് സ്കൂൾ കുട്ടികളാണെങ്കിൽ അധ്യാപകർ വന്നിട്ട് ആ കുട്ടികളുടെ നേതൃത്വത്തിൽ പല സ്ഥലത്തും ഇത് വെച്ച് പിടിപ്പിക്കും. സാമൂഹ്യ പ്രവർത്തകരാണെങ്കിൽ അത് വെച്ച് പിടിപ്പിക്കാൻ വേണ്ട വിത്തുകൾ ഇവിടുന്ന് കൊണ്ടുപോകും. അവർ വെച്ച് പിടിപ്പിക്കും. ചിലർ സ്വയം തന്നെ വെക്കും. മറ്റു ചിലർ നമ്മളെ കൂട്ടിക്കൊണ്ടുപോയി കൊണ്ട് വെക്കാനുള്ള എല്ലാ മാർഗ്ഗനിർദ്ദേശങ്ങളും മനസ്സിലാക്കിയതിന് ശേഷം വെക്കും. അങ്ങനെ പല കാസർഗോഡ് ജില്ലയിൽ നിന്നായാലും കണ്ണൂർ ജില്ലയിൽ നിന്നായാലും ഒട്ടനവധി വിദ്യാർത്ഥികളും അധ്യാപകരും സാമൂഹ്യ പ്രവർത്തകരൊക്കെ ഇത് വന്ന് കൊണ്ടുപോയി വെച്ച് പിടിപ്പിക്കുന്നുണ്ട്.
Raghunathan is a firm believer in traditional methods of mangrove utilization by local communities in order to preserve the ecosystem. To offset the ecological damage caused by large-scale commercial fish, shrimp and crab farming methods in Kannur district, Raghunathan promotes traditional fish-catching methods like manja, an indigenous way of trapping fish with the use of a box-like contraption, and tappal, where fish are caught by hand, much as our earliest forefathers used to do. The use of ring nets to trap crabs and fish is another time-honored and ecologically safe fishing practice that Raghunathan encourages in mangrove habitats. Likewise, he promotes the Pokkali and Kaipart method of farming, in which rice cultivation and aquaculture go together. These are once popular integrated organic farming systems that have fallen into disuse today. This system of farming ensures sufficient nutrient recycling in an area. Ecotourism and community reserve projects are yet other ways to increase public awareness and responsibility in mangrove protection and propagation. Vellikeel in Kerala's Kannur district is one such mangrove ecotourism destination. This reserve was developed without affecting the ecological balance of the mangrove forest. Today, the fresh, clean and invigorating air that visitors breathe here underscores, like nothing else, the importance of mangrove conservation for the future health of our planet and its inhabitants. The Kadalundi Vallikkunnu Community Reserve is another similar venture. It is the state's first community reserve project and is spread over 150 hectares on the banks of the Kadalundi River. Kottail Ayyappan is a watcher at this reserve. He is one among those who have dedicated their lives to mangrove restoration. Many of these trees have grown from the saplings that Ayyappan had collected from various places in Kerala and replanted here during the reserve's inception. Today, Kadalundi occupies a preeminent position among similar community reserves in the state.
ഞങ്ങൾ 4 വാച്ചർമാരുണ്ട്. ഈ 4 വാച്ചർമാരും 3 പേര് എപ്പോഴും ഫീൽഡിലുണ്ടാവും. ഒരാൾ ഓഫീസിലുണ്ടാവും. അപ്പോൾ എവിടെയെങ്കിലും കണ്ടൽ വെട്ടിയാൽ ഇവിടെ മാത്രമല്ല പുല്ലിപ്പുഴ ചെറുവണ്ണൂർ ഭാഗങ്ങളിലൊക്കെ ഞങ്ങളാണ് നോക്കണത്. അപ്പോൾ എവിടെയെങ്കിലും ഉണ്ടെങ്കിലും ഞങ്ങൾ അറിഞ്ഞിട്ടോ അല്ലെങ്കിൽ വേറെ കൂട്ടുകാരൊക്കെ ഫോൺ ചെയ്തിട്ടോ അവിടെ എല്ലാവരും പോവും. അവിടെ നിന്നൊക്കെ ഒരുപാട് കേസ് ചെയ്തിട്ടുണ്ട്. ബാക്കിയുള്ളതൊക്കെ എന്ന് വെച്ചാൽ ഒഴിവിട്ടുന്ന സമയത്തൊക്കെ ഞങ്ങൾ ഈ കണ്ടൽ ചെറിയ ചെറിയ വിത്ത് കൊണ്ടുവന്നിട്ട് അവിടെ ഇവിടെയൊക്കെ പല സ്ഥലത്തും നട്ടു വളർത്തുന്നുണ്ട്.
Ayyappan is ably aided in his mission by a 3-member team. They are a busy foursome, guiding students, teachers and researchers who visit here, sharing their knowledge about mangroves regarding species variety, their peculiar properties, benefits, medicinal values and the need to conserve them today. Alongside, the team monitors activities within the reserve to ensure that there is no pollution or destruction of the habitat.
ഇതിനെപ്പറ്റി പഠിക്കാനായിട്ട് കോളേജ് വിദ്യാർത്ഥികളും അതുപോലെ തന്നെ ഈ ഓരോ യൂണിറ്റുള്ള കുടുംബശ്രീ അങ്ങനെ പല ബന്ധപ്പെട്ട ക്ലബ്ബുകളായിട്ടും നമുക്ക് കണ്ടലിനെ പറ്റി പഠിക്കാൻ ഇവിടെ വരുന്നുണ്ട്. അവർക്ക് വേണ്ട ഒരു 1 ഡേ ക്യാമ്പാണ് ഇവിടെ നടത്താറുള്ളത്. അവർക്ക് കണ്ടലിനെ പറ്റിയുള്ള ക്ലാസ്, അത് കഴിഞ്ഞിട്ട് പിന്നെ ഉച്ചഭക്ഷണം കഴിഞ്ഞാൽ പിന്നെ പക്ഷികളെ പറ്റി, വിദേശ പക്ഷികൾ വരുന്ന സ്ഥലമാണ്. സെപ്റ്റംബർ ടു മാർച്ചാണ് പക്ഷികളുടെ സമയം. പല രാജ്യങ്ങളിൽ നിന്ന് അമേരിക്ക, യൂറേഷ്യ, നൈജീരിയ, പല രാജ്യങ്ങളിൽ നിന്ന് വിസയില്ലാതെ എത്തുന്ന ഈ ദേശാടന പക്ഷികൾ നമ്മളെ കടലുണ്ടിയിലെത്തുമ്പോൾ അവയെപ്പറ്റി പരിചയപ്പെടുത്താനും ഒക്കെ എന്നാണ് അവർക്ക് ചെയ്തു കൊടുക്കാറുള്ളത്.
Elsewhere in the district, at Sir Syed College at Taliparamba, young student P.V. Abdullah Muhammad is scripting his own story in mangrove conservation. Abdullah's interest in the subject took root under his teacher, P.V. Prabhakaran, at the Government Welfare Higher Secondary School at Chirakunna in Kannur district. Ever since, this young student has been busy planting saplings of different species of mangroves along the shores of rivers and water bodies in the region. Soon, he had gathered together a dedicated band of mangrove lovers who, guided by their teachers, have converted 4 acres of nearby land into a rich mangrove forest at their school at Chirakunna. Now pursuing his degree at the Sir Syed College at Taliparamba, Abdullah still takes time off to visit the school's mangrove forest frequently and guide the students there in their efforts at mangrove conservation and propagation. The young man also organizes nature classes and mangrove awareness campaigns in his college. One such campaign is a poster design program that he has launched with the support of his teachers and the Campus Nature Club. Abdullah believes that creating awareness is crucial in reducing the conversion of mangrove forests for other land uses. For nearly 80% of Kerala's existing mangroves are situated on private lands. Abdullah is also involved in highlighting the long-term benefits of mangroves among local communities. In such areas as the role of mangroves in groundwater recharging, protection from erosion and tidal damage, in chemical pollution absorption, oxygen production, pollution filtration, and heavy metal removal. Such awareness campaigns, Abdullah feels, will go a long way in fostering a spirit of mangrove conservation and preservation. Not surprisingly, Abdullah's subject for his degree is biochemistry. Under the guidance of Professor Shrija, a well-known figure in mangrove research, Abdullah is researching the response of a mangrove associate, Acrosticum aureum, to salinity stress and the plant's physiological and biochemical response towards salinity. Also known as mangrove fern or golden leather fern, Acrosticum aureum is the only pteridophyte genus found in the mangrove ecosystem. Abdullah is studying the plant's ecophysiological activities, phytochemical characteristics, medicinal and antimicrobial properties for his research.
My research project is mainly about the mangrove species Acrosticum aureum, and I am focusing about the physiological and biochemical aspects of mangrove species, and especially Acrosticum aureum and related plants have a stress tolerant activity. Then I use the instrument GCMS for the analysis of the small or minute compounds were present in a plant. Then the most important property of the mangrove species is stress tolerant activity, especially salinity tolerance is the main for mangrove species.
Thanks to the efforts of activists like Abdullah and other researchers and teachers, the Sir Syed College is fast emerging as a research center in mangroves.
Sir Syed College have two research departments, botany and chemistry. These two research departments are exclusively promoting the mangrove based research. Recently we have got a program from central government, that is Department of Science and funded by Department of Science and Technology FIST program, in which the program is exclusively for promoting the particular mangrove species research, and thereby we are purchased two important instruments, gas chromatography and FTIR. These gas chromatography instruments are purely used for the research of this particular species. In mangrove, there are some of the mangroves are medicinal, especially Avicennia and Rhizophora species have medicinal property. Some of the research scholars are working with these species to elaborate or to establish the medicinal value of this particular species. We have 43 research scholars, and most of the research scholars are still working with the physiological aspects and anatomical, physiological and biochemical aspects of the medicinal plants.
Just as the mangrove is the uncelebrated star in the firmament of a biodiverse environment, people like Ayyappan, P. Raghunath and Abdullah are themselves the unheralded champions in the field of mangrove conservation. Together, they are nature's hardy foot soldiers, fighting in the front ranks where land meets water and where the past meets the future.